Hello and welcome to Money Markets and More with me, Dominic Frisby. And today's piece is called What to Do, What to Do. And it's my advice to the young, from tax slave to financial freedom. Why working abroad can transform your future. Now, the youngster setting out on life in the West has a major problem. We live in a society that penalises hard work, punitively, I should say, and relentlessly. And if you've read Daylight Robbery, you'll know that over the course of a life, half of everything a typical worker earns is taken from him or her by the government. More if you factor in inflation. People think a house is the most expensive purchase you will ever make. It isn't. It is, by far and away, your government. That is the most expensive thing you will ever buy in your life. And it's a forced purchase as well. And not only is the produce of your labour confiscated, it is spent on things in which you may often be philosophically opposed to. Wars, waste, masks, rainbow road crossings, corruption, human rights lawyers, Stonewall. I could go on. But that is the bind in which the Western citizen finds himself. It is the price he must pay for a civilised society. So, the typical worker finds himself working hour upon hour merely to stay afloat, his produce confiscated, week in, week out. We can't all be Elon Musk, much as we would like to be. Unless you have a very well-paid job, this is your reality. It is very hard to get on. You are trapped. And to make it worse, the money you are paid in loses its value relentlessly. Thus, what you get to keep is taken from you too. And this will remain your reality unless you change it. Now, one solution, as I've outlined before, is to convert as much of your pay as possible into strong currency. But with 50% of your earnings constantly confiscated, it is still a rough deal. And don't say income taxes are lower than that. I know they are. There are many other taxes we must pay too, not least VAT. So, what to do? Sorry to say this, but the answer is leave. Go somewhere where taxes are lower and the currency is stronger. Then you will be rewarded, compensated for your labour and your time. And through your labour, you might actually be able to save and improve your lot. Now, I've never been crazy about Dubai. I've always found the place a bit false. It lacks culture. I prefer places that are a bit more organic. I'd rather be in a quaint English village with an old pub and a beautiful church, or wandering through the city with its mysterious historical back alleys, or lounging in some terracotta Mediterranean villa. And what's more, the thought of the slave labour on which Dubai was built makes me very uncomfortable. In my stand-up act, I sometimes do a joke, which is, as a stand-up, you need some ready-made put-downs in case you have problem people in the audience. So I've been working on my own put-downs, and the best put-down I've been able to come up with is, you look like the sort of person that likes Dubai. And some audiences, usually cultured ones, find that funny. Others are like, what's wrong with Dubai? They're baffled by it. But anyway, all that said, every time I've been to Dubai, I've had a good time. I've really enjoyed it. A very good time. I've always been well looked after. So maybe I've just got some snobby preference. But here's the thing. There is no income tax in Dubai. VAT is just 5%. There is no stamp duty. There is no TV tax. There is no council tax. Petrol is cheap. Corporation tax is lower. Booze, fags, sugary drinks, they all face 50% excise duties, but who cares? You drink too much anyway. And as for the money you're paid in, the UAE dirham, well, that's pegged to the US dollar. We've got a plane going over. The US dollar isn't ideal, but it is better than the pound. So my advice is this: go to the UAE, work, keep what you earn, and even in a relatively low-ranking job, in 5 years, you will suddenly find yourself in a very different, much stronger position than if you had stayed in the UK, Europe, or any high tax jurisdiction. Look at how bad our governments are. Why enable them? Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel and please come and see me on tour in the spring. There are links to all the shows I'm doing. There's a lecture about gold in London in February, and then my tour is in March, April. Links to everything are in the description below. Thanks very much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, goodbye.